can look up at the camera now. Lean forward. E. There you go. There you go. No, lean forward more. You got it. You're on there. There it is.
That's cool.
It is cool, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
You got to stop hitting the table, though,
Sorry.
because it picks up on the mic. It's okay. This is what your mom sounds like. You ready? So I get used to it all the time. It's
Not that loud.
Hey, Matt, congratulations on your success, brother. And I really appreciate you giving, both sides, and just free speech the opportunity to have a platform, dude.
Got it. You got it. Thanks for everything you've done for this country, Eli. We'll talk next time. Tell Jen hello, and I'll have this ready in a couple of hours, and you can share it and take a look. Thank you, man.
Thanks, brother.
Hey, I need everyone's understanding tonight. We had a serious snafu. We had to reset all of our sound, which it should sound amazing from our voices, but some of the video might be off. So I need your help. If anything is like, okay, Matt, that blew out our ears, let me know. Or Matt, that was too quiet. You got to let me know. Everyone, please help and contribute. I greatly appreciate it. Thanks. All right. Bye-bye.
Adjusting transmitter output.
This is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The DUM Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.
Well, this is the first time that this mic has been used, and dude, it sounds amazing. This is Mike's mic, but tonight it's Ethan's mic.
Yeah.
And say hello, Ethan.
Hello.
Tell everyone who you are.
My name is Ethan, and I am 10 years old, and I am my dad's kid.
That's right.
I don't know what to say.
No, that's right. That's your dad's kid. Absolutely. I see a Broncos hat. Are you a Broncos fan?
Yes.
It's interesting because when we were in pre-roll, you said you wanted the Baltimore Ravens to win the Super Bowl. Why is that?
Because the Broncos aren't in the playoffs, but if they were, I would want them definitely. But my friend Levi is a Baltimore Ravens fan, and they're like the newest area or place or team near us because the Washington Commanders are not.
You mean the
playoffs.
You mean the Washington Redskins?
Yes.
Yeah, it's not the Commanders. We're not gonna play into that stuff. Well, it's good to have you here, buddy. Ethan was a late fill-in because life isn't hard enough. There was 2 recorded shows Olivia and I were doing. And then we realized that our mics didn't sound like they should. And what we realized was at some point over the last year or two, something got switched. And now they should sound even better than they normally do. Listen to Olivia. He's probably the brightest you've ever heard her.
Hello, hello. Good evening, dummies.
You believe that? So it's all level. So then when we did that, all the audio was all screwed up from the videos, which were blasting our eardrums out.
God.
So we had to reset the entire board. So we have 2 recorded shows written. So we're going to do those tomorrow. So those will be on. So you're going to actually get some bonus coverage on the weekend. So that'll be on. And we're going to kind of talk about some other stuff tonight, which will be fine. And then we'll get Ethan in the conversation too, because I'm sure he'll have an opinion on this stuff because he has found his voice and he has found his opinion. But this is the interesting thing. I'm going to reach out to Elgato. I've got Elgato lights. I've got Elgato soundboards and switchboards.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to reach out to him like, dude, I'm like, just give me I will get rid of I've got $2,000 worth of mics between my wife and I, and this Elgato sounds just as good. Ethan, say something.
Hi.
That wasn't that. You got to have something. No, you got to do more than that. No, you got to do a little less than that. Do less. Do less. Get down. No, you got to do more than that. Hey, it's okay. Let's go surf. And now everybody's learning how. The weather outside is
I was going to say it. You stole my line.
Ethan, go ahead and why don't you let people know who are the top 3 forwards on the Colorado Avalanche? Go.
The top 3 forwards?
Yeah, top 3 forwards.
Okay.
Go.
Like best players?
Yeah, but talk to the mic, not me.
Best players? Okay. Can Landeskog count because he was like the best player, but he's injured right now?
Sure, Landeskog can count. Go for it.
But playing right now, I'd say Rantanen, McKinnon, and McCall.
McCarr's defense.
But he does play like a forward.
huge.
I would say Nichushkin is probably playing a little bit better as a forward, but it's wonderful. It's fantastic. What are we missing this year? What's going to stop us from winning the Stanley Cup?
No one.
Oh no! Be honest. What's going to stop? What's going to stop the Avs?
The Boston Blue.
I'm kidding. Boston. We're not. Boston's not going to stop.
Boston.
Come on. You know what it is. There's one glaring opportunity. It's the reason why we lost against Florida, and it's why we lost against
goaltending.
Yes.
goaltending. Yeah, Georgie needs to get his ass.
Also,
here.
Winnipeg Jets.
Winnipeg Jets are a good team. They got our number this year. All right, let's go to it. Ethan is loud. So I want to make sure, am I coming in the same level that Olivia and Ethan are coming in? Can everyone check and just let us know? You're going to help us tonight. We're going to make sure
we got to tune in the sound.
So me, Ethan, Olivia are all coming in around this. Now, Ethan's going to be a little bit brighter because his mic isn't a studio mic, but it's still a very good mic. And honestly, it's small, it's low profile, it's from Elgato. It's $99. It's a $99 mic. It's unbelievable. So what have I said? Little Red Riding Hood is going down the path. And Olivia says that too, please, real quick.
Little Red Riding Hood is going down the path.
And Ethan.
Little Red Riding Hood is going down the path.
Yeah, so he's very bright. He doesn't have a lot of bass in his voice, but that's something I could tune in. He's also young. I can't wait to get Mike on this thing. It's a great mic. And seriously, so if
he should be back next week, right?
Matt could be a little louder. What?
Really?
Oh, I am down to 42 dB. Test 1, 2, 3. Testing
That's
1,
a
2.
little louder, yeah.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Is that better? 120%. Am I coming in 5x5? That should take care of it. Just want to make sure I'm coming in hot. Okay, we're all about the same level. Okay. All right, good. Well, let's get started. We got a lot to cover. So I didn't expect Ethan to be in this show. So hopefully there's not going to be a lot of sleepy deepy stuff going on. I hope you can handle it. Liv, what do you want to do? You want to talk about our knucklehead first from state legislature?
Sure.
All right. So why don't you walk us through that, and Ethan can get his opinion on this, and we can go from there. So who is this yokel? Tell me all about him, and we'll kind of go from there.
All right. So this yokel, he's a Democrat, of course.
Of course he is.
His name is Maxwell Frost, not to be mistaken with Agent 86 or Maxwell Smart.
From Get Smart.
Exactly.
Okay. Does this guy talk to his shoe as well?
I'm pretty sure he does.
He's one of those guys. He talks to his shoe. It's just
pretty sure.
It's like 99. Hey, Chief. Yeah, this is what. You know Maxwell Smart. Ethan, you've never seen it?
No.
Never seen Get Smart? Dun, dun, dun,
We'll have to show him
dun.
the movie with The Rock and Steve Carell. He would get that.
No, we won't. We will show him the true Don Adams Get Smart. We will not show him that crap. It talks to his shoe. Hey, Chief, in the cone of silence, the dome of silence. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So this guy obviously talks to his shoe. Fine. What else?
Obviously, he is from Central Florida's 10th District. He is also the youngest member of Congress and the first member of Gen Z to be elected to Congress.
No.
The
first?
And when you actually go to his website, which I went to, the first thing on his about page is he is the first member of the Gen Z to be elected.
Does he have
It's the first thing
pronouns?
he touts it. You know, I didn't see that, but I probably should look it up. I don't know.
So do they call him Mr. Frost?
I don't know.
I wonder if Batman comes in and he's like, Mr. Frost.
That'd be a cool name.
Mr. Frost. It is
He hasn't seen it yet, has he? He hasn't
Mr.
seen a lot of the Batman.
Mr. Frost. I wonder if he even says Mr. I mean, he might just be non-binary Frost. You think he's non-binary Frost?
Maybe.
I wonder if he
know.
goes by he, she, they, them, je, they. Do they have pronouns in your school, Ethan?
No.
They don't do that stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like what? Boy, girl?
It's just boy, girl. The only thing that I see for like genders is like all gendered bathroom, but like you see that like everywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right, fair enough. So I don't need to know anything. You are officially still a boy?
Yes.
Okay, good. Thanks. Let me know if that changes, okay?
Okay.
All right. So Get Smart. So this guy, okay, so do you want to walk me through what he did or should we watch the video first?
Let's watch the video.
Okay, let's watch the video. So here it is. Ethan, I'll get you a picture. Hold on so everyone can see you. Oh, that's too big. that's too big. Hold on. Go here. And this should work, I hope. There it is. Much better. Okay. If you guys want to call on the show, you have a question for Ethan or for us, we'd love to hear you. No, this isn't Donald Trump, so let me just go ahead and do this. What's his name again?
Maxwell Frost.
Maxwell
Smart Frost.
86.
Agent 86 Frost.
Frost is a Gen Z wanker. There we go. Maxwell 86 Frost is a Gen Z wanker. Fantastic.
There we go.
All right, here it is. Here's the video. And I want you to hear it. Let me change the sound. Now, I'm hoping this comes in well. If this doesn't, just let us know and I'll fix it. Oh, Lord, please work. Here it is. Hold on. Let me turn it down because I know that's going to be a big issue.
Let's see.
All right, here we go. Tell me how it works.
The other side of the aisle, let's be honest with immigrants who deserve better than what you're offering them.
Does that come through? Everybody tell me real quick.
That was actually really loud on my end.
Yeah, it's going to be loud on your end, but
Same.
Okay.
let's see if it gets too loud on everybody else's. Okay, I'm going to get that to 50%. Let me know how this sounds, everybody.
Okay.
Not you.
To my colleagues on the other side of the aisle, let's be honest with immigrants who deserve better than what you're offering them. Don't welcome immigrants if you plan.
The first thing I recognize is that, Ethan, what's behind him?
The Statue of Liberty.
Okay, that's one. Let's see if we can go 2 for 3. Where is it located?
New York.
Number 3. Who gave it to us? Which country?
New England? I don't know. I don't
Did you just say New England?
know.
Okay, we're going to let you try again. It's a European country. Come on. You only
Let's see if
have
that fifth grade education is going to work.
So far, you're
here.
2 for 3. Let's see if we get 3 for 3. Come on. And they sound like this, and they look like frogs, and they just cannot believe that the Americans are so stinky and just pure Western.
I was just about to say Australia, and I'm like,
No, that's what Australians do sound like for sure, and Canadians. But do you know which country? It's your favorite type of fries.
French.
That's right. So it's not French. There's no country called French. You want to try it
That's
again?
the language they speak.
British.
British. No, dude. Who hit their mic?
That was probably me.
Stop hitting your freaking mic.
I'm so sorry I laughed.
So it's not British fries, Ethan. It's not British fries.
United Kingdom.
Dude, what the hell is wrong with you? It's France, you little... How could you be so smart on the first 2
He's your child.
and blow the third? Oh, my Lord.
I don't know.
British fries. That's good. Sounds like an Australian. Okay. So anyway, yes, right. It's the Statue of Liberty, and there's a person behind it holding it. And what a job, right? What did you do in D.C.? I held a sign for a living. I was the flipper. I was the Vanna White. I was the player to be mentioned later.
The player to be mentioned later.
That's right. You would do well at that. Yeah. All right, here we go.
To reject them. If you keep pushing your bigoted H.R. 2 bill, then also pass this bill. I've taken the liberty of drafting it for you. It removes the Statue of Liberty, our largest symbol that tells people to come here. This is who you are.
I'm a little confused. First of all, the graphic, does the Statue of Liberty have a dust ring around it like it's a wall and a frame?
It looked like it just became a lighter shade of red.
I wonder if the screen is LED or plasma and it burned into the horizon. Is that what happened?
No.
I don't quite.
I think it's supposed to be symbolic and
it's to show the out. Oh,
Yeah.
geez. Oh, I get it. I'm sorry. I thought we were supposed to take things literal. It seems a little racist to me. It seems just a little bit of racist. I'll tell you why in a second. Here it is.
Are removing the fabric of America. So I want to know which Republican who supports and voted for H.R. 2 will introduce this bill.
Wow. I have an opinion. Who has an opinion for Ethan? Do you have an opinion? Do you understand what this guy's saying?
No.
Okay, so there's a bill, HR 22. Liv, tell us about HR 22.
HR 22 has to do with immigration. And
You know what immigration is, Ethan?
Let me get my
Yes.
notes up.
What's immigration? Tell us what immigration is.
Isn't it like the border when like people come in?
Right.
Like through the border and stuff.
Okay, so through the border, that's a great point. So what happens if they hop the fence? What type of immigration would we call that? If they hop the fence and just like break into our country?
Immigrants?
But but what type of immigrants? Is that legal or illegal?
Illegal?
Yeah, you can talk loud, buddy. It's okay. You got to speak up.
Nah, this is my thinking voice. I'm like,
Okay, then stop thinking and just answer the question. Is it legal or illegal?
illegal.
So they would be illegal immigrants, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. What happens if they come through, they provide papers or they have amnesty, they go ahead and declare which country they're from, go through the process. Is that legal immigration at that point?
Yes.
Yes, sir. Okay, so what we're talking about is illegal immigration, people who are essentially here in our country who are not supposed to be, okay?
Okay.
Because they're not Americans. They are from another country and they break into our country. It'd be like somebody coming in here, breaking into our house, sleeping in your bed and saying, I'm a spear. And you're like, no, you're not. Like, yes, I am. And you're like, listen, Juan Sancho Pablo Escobar, you need to get out of my house and you need to go back to your house and ask if you can come into my house. And then I'll decide if I let you come in. Make sense?
Yes.
Okay. So HR 22, HR 2, excuse me, HR 22, HR 2 addresses illegal immigration into our country, border security, infrastructure, and things like that.
Yes.
Because Republicans are trying to get this done, but Democrats are not wanting us to. And why don't Democrats want to stop, people coming up from the southern border? Do you have any idea?
I don't know.
I do.
Okay, I know you do, but we're trying to help educate our son and include him in the show. So, why do you think, what do you think one thing a politician wants every single November?
To be elected or something.
How does that happen?
Votes.
Votes. And who votes?
The people.
Right. So if you bring more people in and you allow them to come from another country and you allow them a citizenship and say, hey, here you go. Here's some free stuff. Here's some health care. Here's some food. Here's some crack pipes in a machine.
Oh, they might vote against you.
That's
or
right.
something. They're afraid of that.
Right. So what they would do is bring them in, take care of them, and then they would get the votes they want. And then they would vote against the people who didn't do those things, which would be Republicans, because Republicans don't believe in giving away free stuff for nothing. So therefore, it's a vote thing, right?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So if it's a vote thing, do you think that's fair?
Yes. Also, they should vote.
Right. Once they're here. Okay, so let me ask you a question. Do you think someone should come through our country legally and do the process to become an American? Or do you just think we should just allow anybody who comes in here, no matter what, to be an American? What do you think?
I'd say that they'd have to do the process to become an American.
Why?
Because, they haven't lived in the United States for, a long period of a time. And, they just came in.
Okay. Fair enough. Okay, so HR 2 addresses that. And Olivia, Mom, what's happening from here?
it's a whole mock bill, and he's being facetious, and he's being a smartass, to be completely honest, because he's totally
Language.
against it. Sorry, Ethan. Your virgin ears.
I think
I'm
he's
so
heard more
sorry.
than that. Ethan, don't. Grandma might be watching. Don't let him know. Don't let him know. Okay, keep going.
Home Alone right there, dude. And to be honest, I watched this, and I was just like, what in the world? And so when I watched it again and then did a little research on him, realizing that he's a freshman congressman, he's totally a Democrat. And
You suck, you jackass.
I think he is trying to follow the footsteps of AOC and the squad. I mean, look at what AOC did on her first day on the job. She went and picketed.
She hid from insurrectionists and was almost killed.
Well, yeah, that was her second day. Her first day, didn't she picket Nancy Pelosi's office or something to make a name for herself?
She absolutely did.
Yeah, so it's like I think he's trying to follow her footsteps.
That's right.
And he's trying to make a name for himself because, he's the youngest in Congress and he's all that and blah, blah, blah. So
Donald Trump just called in, folks, and we have the former president of the United States. He has some information about what he thinks about illegal immigrants. Ethan, are you excited for this? I mean, this is cool. The first time Donald Trump's ever called in, and you're on. Are you excited?
Yes.
Get him out. Ready? Are you ready? Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get the hell out of here.
President of the United States obviously feels a certain way about illegal immigrants. So this bill, is it going to pass?
I would hope. I don't know. I didn't do a lot of research on the bill, but I would hope it would. I really wanted to. But probably not because we don't have the majority.
It's my understanding that, if I'm not mistaken, that they had to get Democrats to come along on the side of this because, once again, the usual suspects who ousted McCarthy are against it because they're not getting everything that they want. There's also a continued resolution on the budget, which, once again, Republicans have, instead of shutting the government down because we're in election year, are continuing to do what they usually do, which is to absolutely shut down or not shut down the government and send a clear message. And they just go ahead and do whatever Democrats want.
This whole new breed of Republicans, I don't understand their total my way or the highway. It's I get everything I want or nothing at all. Hope Grandma's not watching. Kind of reminds me of my mom when I was younger. It's my way or the highway. You do it this way.
Did you hear your mom disrespect Grandma?
I hope Grandma is not watching right now.
We could just
Don't be rude.
I'm just saying. Just all right. So here's what it comes down to. There is a very big difference. The one thing that liberals don't seem to understand, and it really frustrates me, is they always drop out one word when it comes to immigration. And Ethan, we've established what that word is. What word is it?
It's when people come in when people just come in when they're not allowed to, and it's illegal.
Yeah, it's illegal. Immigration, we come from immigrants. Everybody here, there's no native here. Unless you're a Native American, you weren't here. Unless you're Inuit. Dude, we got
Not yawning the whole
I didn't mean
we
to.
got a long night, dude. You better strap in, buddy. Here, drink some of my caffeine and my
This will
shake.
wake you up.
So
There you go, buddy.
I'm not going to say anything. Ethan, Joe Biden called in too. He wanted to go ahead and answer something. Here,
no.
here it is. We should listen to this. Tell me what you think of what Joe has to.
And by the way, I sit on the stand,
No.
and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn that turn blonde in the sun. And the kids used to come up and reach in the pool and rub my leg down, so it was straight, and then watch the hair come back up again.
Dude, he's turning around.
They look at it. So I learned about roaches. I learned about kids jumping on my lap, and I've loved kids jumping on my
I
lap.
don't think he's ever heard that one.
How did he get elected as president?
None of us know, buddy. None of us know.
Hey, Kat, is it just Matt's volume or is it everyone's
What did
volume?
they say?
Just they said Matt volume.
Matt volume what?
So I don't know. That's why I'm trying to ask. Is it everyone's volume or is it just Matt's?
I don't know what volume. Down higher or lower?
I
Take it
don't
down.
know.
Take it up.
We're asking for clarity right now. So I'll let you know what they say.
I thought you were talking to the cat.
Cat.
I'm waiting to hear about my mic.
Me too. Let us know about the sound. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but I figured.
Well, I turned it up because people said, I am coming in hot. I can see it.
Let me see.
The recordings are loud.
Yeah.
Oh, are they?
Sorry.
You gotta stop hitting that, dude. Hey, all you gotta do, hey, bub, push it out of the way like this. Okay, volume is fine. Volume up. What do you mean volume? Guys, we need you're gonna install the show. We need very clear.
I'm getting more. Everyone sounds fine. If it's most people say it sounds fine right now.
But okay, the sound effects, do they need to go up?
Videos are loud. You are not.
Video? What?
The video that we just played, they said it was
play
loud.
a video.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we
The
did.
congressman.
Yeah, but we had that up. So does that go? Okay, I need everyone. I need everyone to be very specific. Matthew, the video with the congressman was too quiet, was too loud. Matthew, we can't. The sound effects are too loud, too quiet. Clips are okay. All three of you are low volume.
I'm getting a lot of everything sounds good. So it might be individual.
The sound
Volumes.
effects are loud.
They were loud earlier too, though.
Okay, so we got to figure that out.
Yeah.
So let's solve the problem. Play
It's
one,
the
please.
audio effects that are loud.
Play one, please. That's coming in at 12.
I don't know.
Play the Biden one, please.
Okay.
No, you haven't. You're a lying dog-faced pony soldier. You said you were, but you're now you got to be honest. I'm going to be honest with you.
Those are coming in right across the line.
All right, perfectly fine on my end, fine across the board. Sound effects are a little loud. Sounds good to me.
If
So-
you guys have play the one you just played, play the roaches one.
And by the way, I sit on the stand, and it get hot. I got hairy legs that turn.
It's not loud. I'm looking at it right now.
That turn.
It's right along with my voice. Go ahead and pop out.
Sun. And the
Just turn it off. All right. So let us know.
Sounds perfect now.
Okay, good. All right. Nothing changed.
I don't know.
Okay. All the voice from the mic are low, but the other stuff is fine. All the voice from the mics are low?
Weird.
How are we low?
I don't know.
Everyone keeps saying we
Now
sound...
somebody said we're the same as the clips. Sounds good. All good. All good. Everything sounds good. I'm getting across the board. Okay. So I don't know.
I just tell you, some people must be listening in mono, RCA
I don't
track.
know.
You know
I feel
what?
like they're trolling us.
Did you hear Ethan? Ethan's like, you guys are trolling us. I'm just going to listen to the show real quick on here and see what I come up with, because I got to be able to hear it. Wow, we have a lot of people on. Hold on a second. Come on. Got to stop the noise, Liv.
Sorry.
All right, let me just see real quick. We'll just run it. We should have ran a test anyway. We didn't run a test. We should have. All right, here it is. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Ethan, talk.
My name is Ethan.
That's good. Livia.
Hello. Testing, testing.
So that's right now on the phone at like 50%, which is where it should be. Livia, play a soundbite, please.
And by the way, I sit on the stand.
Can turn off. That's perfect.
Okay.
Let me play. Hold on. Play one more video.
To my colleague,
Now that's going to be loud because that's through the Mac. All right, this one won't be.
let's be honest with immigrants who deserve better than what you're offering them. Don't welcome immigrants if you plan to reject them.
Okay, so that's the one thing I'm going to fix is the QuickTime videos are pumping into our headphones, but it actually sounds decent online. So there's a reason. It's coming to us hot. I'll fix it, okay? All right, everyone should be happy now. Audio issues could be on the users. Now it's better. Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, it's okay. Okay. People are like, when I went to YouTube and then I went to Rumble, but then I went to Twitter and then I came back, I walked around and I had a bowl of lime jello and pet my dog. And then when I heard my dog bark, it echoed through your show. And then Joe Biden's video was louder. What?
We got Kevin, who monitors all 6 channels, and he said everything sounds fine on all 6.
I know, but Melanie's screwing with me. Melanie's screwing me.
She's trolling you.
I told you that they were trolling you.
You guys are trolling me. Yeah.
told
Olivia, do me a favor.
Yes.
Go ahead and do. Mike looks younger in a Broncos hat. Looks the same height. That's funny. See, that's funny. That's funny. That's
I might
good.
be tall.
He is actually. What were we saying? Someone said check your PMs, Liv.
My whatties?
Private messages.
Oh.
Either check in Messenger on your phone or check wherever. All right. So it comes down to this. There's a very large difference between legal and illegal immigrants. And the thing about this is that Mr. Frost is missing, and I'm going to put him out to freeze. I'm going to defrost him.
Are you trying to be like Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Get down.
Yes.
Get down. More action. Get down again.
Arnold Schwarzenegger played Mr. Freeze in one of the Batman movies.
Who is your daddy? What does he do?
Girls,
Get down, you idiot.
boys have a penis. Girls have
Get to the chopper.
a good movie.
I hate men.
We know, Hillary. We know. Here's what it comes down to, like I said, is the Statue of Liberty. Do people actually believe that when we were bringing people in to this country, that we weren't stopping people and turning them back and not stopping people who tried to not go through and do it the proper way? And that has been the thing that the United States has stood for, is legal immigration. It's what we're known for. We have single-handedly the most work visas and visas in the world. We allow more people to come into this country. We are an absolute beacon for immigration, and there's nothing wrong with it. But the problem is that unfettered access to our country and leaving the borders completely open actually hurts regular immigration. It lowers the ability to have people do it the right way. It makes the wait list longer. And we have done so much damage over the last 30, 35 years on illegal immigration that it's now impacting our ability to legally bring people into our country. So, he can go ahead and make the videos we play are loud. I'm literally going to jump off the roof.
We have enough snow that we'd be okay.
How is it possible that some people are like 90% is perfect and then a couple people aren't? Anyway, that's the point. I think it's an absolute ridiculous notion, and I understand the guy was trying to make a point. And and I understand Marjorie Taylor Greene also showed Hunter Biden's pictures. We have become a circus, and these legislatures are no longer representing the constituents. They're representing just clowns, and that's what they're going for. Liv, we might need to stop the show because I can't focus on the audio problems. Michelle's saying, have they adjusted their volume? They're saying that the
How
the
about
show
we
is.
just say
I can't.
no more?
I won't run the show this way. So why don't we just stop for tonight? We'll come back Monday when we get it fixed, and we'll pop smoke because I can't run the show and continuing to see people saying that the audio is not working, and I don't know what they're talking about. I just checked it myself and everything's fine.
It could be their end. I don't know. Volume is fine.
But how come people keep saying that it's not?
YouTube's perfect. I don't know. It could be individual. I don't know.
Yeah, I know. So what I'm saying is instead of me just constantly having to try to fix this and play with it, maybe what we do is we just stop and then we can come back Monday when we get it fixed.
Sounds good. Volume is fine. Please continue.
Okay,
Sounds
then
perfect.
maybe everyone could just stop complaining about volume. Thanks. Because honestly, it's driving me crazy. Because and I'm hearing such random things. It's like, and these are lifelong listeners. These people have been around for 3 years or are saying, stuff about it. Okay. All right. I'm trying. I'm not the one that's saying that sound is all wonky over on our end. All right. Let's go to, we're going to try it one more time. And if we get any more of that, which we want to hear, we'll probably just stop and we'll come back on Monday because we've got to get the sound figured out.
I think it's only the sound effects at this point, and that's easy enough to just not play them for the time being. Or it's possible I may have to go into every one of them individually and turn the sound down. They might just be up too high right now on my end.
No, it's the same thing that they're cycling through the computer. So we've got to figure out, because it's the same thing as my video. My video is doing the same thing. Is there's a setting in here that's screwing up, and I've got to either assign it to a channel or something else and try to figure it out. But what I can't do is do the show and work on the volume at the same time. So if you are having problems with it, do me a favor, send Olivia a private message, and we'll see what we can do to figure it out. But I'm hearing everything's 5x5 on our end.
That's the majority of it too. As
Okay.
Well, so.
All right. Next topic. This one, Ethan, this one might be a little tough for you, but I want you to try to pay attention. Can you do that for me?
Yes.
Outstanding. This is something that I was going to bring into a full show and haven't had the chance to do it yet because we were dealing with audio issues at home. This is actually from the Judiciary Committee. And I don't know if some of you have seen this. And if you haven't had a chance, you can call in right now. 1-804-212-2208. We would love to test the audio on that as well. Please call in if you have an opinion on this topic. I really don't want to hear from people who want to talk about Christmas ornaments or smoking weed, Isaac. And and I would rather hear about this topic because this is what we're talking about. Federal government has flagged transaction using terms like MAGA and Trump for financial institutions across the board. Documents were released and obtained by the Select Subcommittee. And the documents are all right here. And this subcommittee found, and if anybody wants this, I can put this up on the site. And I'll be absolutely happy to. It's going to be kind of hard to show you all of these but this is for active shooter detection. Active shooter detection. Academy.com. Aero Precision. AR15.com. B&T Industries. I've been on some of these. Cabela's. CheaperThanDirt.com. It's a site I follow, and they follow me too. Cheaper Than Dirt. Dawson's Precision. Edgeworks Manufacturing. You can see there's hundreds.
Are these mostly conservative businesses?
Yes, they are. And gun manufacturers and food supply. JSEsurplus.com. They sell all sorts of stuff.
So when they say,
well, hold on a second. Let me read this up. Then you can do this. During the 60-day rolling look-back period, query runs periodically. It involves 5 or more distinct and different merchants, vendors, approve the population set. Transactions totaling $2,500 or more. They went and filtered all of these transactions looking for people who purchased, well, let me just break it down to you, but people who purchased Bibles, people who use the word MAGA or Trump, businesses that also shared in the same language, were all monitored and tracked by the FBI, the director of the Office of Stakeholder Integration and Engagement, Strategic Operations Division, and Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, the FinCEN. And they went through these transactions, and this is very similar to what they did when it came to people purchasing the Don't Tread on Me flag or the 13 stars or whatever, and labeled these things as domestic terrorists. But now they're specifically going into our transaction history with these companies and flagging us and keeping an eye out on people who are making these purchases that they have deemed as related to domestic terrorists. Ethan, do you understand what we just said?
No.
So let me ask you a question. You like Pokemon?
Yes.
You got to speak up and you got to speak into the mic. So
Yes.
You like Pokemon, yes?
Yes.
What if they said Pokemon actually wasn't Japanese? it was Chinese, and there were top secret messages being sent subliminally by Chinese people to program your brain to hate the United States. Okay? Let's say that's what took place. So by using Pokemon cards, they're manipulating you. And the government says, fine, every time Ethan goes on Amazon and buys Pokemon cards, we're going to flag him and his parents as... Okay, caller, don't say anything. I tuned in. Don't speak, please, because your volume is way off. So hold tight. So Ethan, Communist China, anytime you go ahead with Pokemon and buy Pokemon, you're entered into the police database, and they then flag you as somebody who supports Communist China. Do you think that's okay?
No.
Okay. What rights do you think that violates?
Like...
Okay, caller, I got to hang up. Okay, got to hang up. Sorry, can't. You're too loud. Go ahead, E. Like what rights? I mean, we have a right to what?
Right to like freedom of speech?
Sure, we have a right to freedom of speech. What about, are we allowed to go ahead and do things without people prying into what we do and what we read and what we believe?
Yes.
Okay, so is that the right to what? You know what that word's called?
No.
Privacy, right?
Yes.
We're allowed to have the right to privacy. So if every time you go buy a gumball, or you go buy an ice cream cone, or you go buy any type of sweet, and the school reports it to us, do you think you have a right to privacy at that time?
Yes.
No, you don't, because you're a kid and we're your parents. But the government, when we're adults, should the government keep tabs on us based upon what we eat, what we believe in, what our religion is? Do they have any right to do that?
No.
No, because they're not our parent.
Yeah.
So what do you think about this? What do you think about every time dad goes and buys a gun, or every time maybe grandma goes and buys a Bible? Do you think it's okay for the government to put her in a box and say, you know, she's possibly a domestic terrorist or someone who's going to do a school shooting just because she bought a Bible or she likes Donald Trump?
No. I don't think that should be. I think that should be illegal.
Why do you what do you think what's wrong with that?
Because honestly, if you buy a Bible, you're probably not going to do that. It's just for like reading and stuff.
Fair
Love
enough.
that.
Good enough. Liv, what do you think?
Okay, so might have a couple of questions here. So the whole title threw me off, that it's the whole saying MAGA or Trump in the transactions. That kind of threw me off. So it's not, because my first thought was, I've made many transactions online. I don't remember ever using those two words.
Well, but you would on social media. So
Yeah.
say you go and you go online and you go to Dick's Sporting Good and you buy something.
Okay.
You buy meals ready to eat. You buy some sort of gunpowder or, you know, whatever, or you order it online and pick it up, right?
Yes.
But then you go on Facebook and you say MAGA, or you say Bible, or you say religion, or you say America first. And then they cross-reference those things with your purchases. That's what they're doing.
Got it. Okay. That makes a little more sense to me.
Okay.
So it's specific purchases over a certain amount?
Yeah. So totaling of 20, if you do any business at any of those establishments over $2,500, your name is immediately entered into a database that's flagged for those reasons, because they are either gunmen, they sell guns there, or they sell prepper meals there, or they sell religion or Bibles there, or whatever. So these things are what they're looking for, that indicate that you are possibly a domestic terrorist or somebody who would possibly do a school shooting. So they're flagging you, and this is the report that just came out.
This is absolutely ridiculous. I mean,
Agree.
who gives them the right to do that? I mean, we have, like Ethan said, we have a right to privacy. We have a right to do whatever we want, as long as it's not illegal. And I don't remember it being illegal to buy a Bible or illegal to buy a gun. Right. I don't remember that. So why? So frustrating. If Ethan was not here, the words I would be saying right now.
Ethan's like, I've heard it all.
I am curbing my tongue right now.
Mel, go ahead and call back now. We're ready. I'm sorry. It's just I was trying to hear E, and now I've got the volume. I think I got it fixed. So give me a call, buddy.
But just, I mean, What's next? Are they going to come door to door and give us the tattoos that Book of Revelations talks about? I'm waiting for that. I mean, my God, it just people buying Bibles. I don't domestic terrorists really.
So there's something with the volume. Hold on, Mel. Mel, just quietly, as quiet as you can, say something.
Hi, guys.
Oh,
That's loud.
That's so loud. Okay, hold on. One more time, Mel.
Hi, guys.
Okay. Mel, say it again.
Hi, guys.
Oh, that's better.
No, better.
Okay, Mel, one more time.
Hi, guys.
Can everyone hear Mel okay? Tell me if that sounds better. Mel is just going to go ahead and say a couple of words, and you guys are going to say higher or lower. Mel, just randomly say something. It doesn't matter. Recite how long it's been since you guys have won a Stanley Cup.
1,195 years.
I have a feeling he likes the Minnesota Wild.
It's a she.
Okay, so
It's fake.
wait. What did you say?
He said, I have a feeling he likes the
Oh,
Minnesota Wild.
no. He's saying Mel because Mel is short. It's a nice lady Mel, not Mel as in like a 300-pound fry cook at Applebee's. Mel's awesome. Okay, so she's Mel. What's your hockey team?
Los Angeles Kings.
I wouldn't want any Canadian team either, so I get it completely. All right, Mel, what do you want to talk about? You've had a chance to hear this. What are your thoughts?
Yeah,
She likes
she's
the
from
Kings.
Canada.
She's from Canada.
Canada.
I have a feeling why she doesn't like any Canadian teams.
Did you hear him?
Bad.
Could you believe?
Yes, I did, Ethan. And I agree with you. 100%.
All right, give it to us. What do you got, Mel?
When I saw that article that you just had up on the screen, it was just flashback to the Canadian convoy fiasco that happened up here, because that's exactly what our government did up here. They went into all the financial institutions and flagged everybody that sent a contribution to the the funding, whatever. There's 3 or 4 of them. Plus, they went in and they flagged everybody's accounts for grocery purchases, airline tickets, gasoline purchases. They did everything within the Ottawa, Montreal area. They did the same thing, and they did it all the way out to the West Coast. So anybody that traveled, airplane tickets during that time frame, they did exactly the same thing up here. So this is just like deja vu, and this is not good.
It's kind of I think we got your voice in now. I'm learning.
Are Trudeau and Biden buddy or something?
Yes, they are.
Jesus.
Yes, they
I
are.
totally should have guessed that.
And a lot of what Trudeau does, a lot of people are saying that Biden vicariously governs through Trudeau and almost uses it as a bouncing or a soundboard for how he handles things in the United States. This isn't the first time that we've seen something done in Canada, especially like with 9mm and handguns. Biden did that right after Trudeau. So it's almost like they floated up in Canada to decide how the United States is going to invoke policy. Have you seen the similar trend, Mel?
Exactly. As soon as Biden got into office, Trudeau was on the first plane, went down there, and then Biden, I think he came up here, and they've been in constant contact. And now on our news, because you guys can't see our stuff, Trudeau is panicking because he knows that Trump is probably going to get back in. So now he's going the next level up to push a whole bunch more crap through before he has to walk the plank. And he's saying he's going to hold on to 2025, which I don't see, because there's going to be a mass coup up here soon. You can feel it, but he does exactly what Biden is in Mayorkas, because Mayorkas and our Canadian copper guy up here, they're doing exactly the same thing. And now they're letting in all these people through the airlines landing in Canada, and they automatically go to the counter and demand refugee status. So they closed down Roxham Road in northern New York, Canadian border, on the thing with Biden. They came to that agreement, but it's still a sieve. Like, it's just And it's even worse now that they're flying them into Canada, and now they're taking them south to the States. And it's getting really, really bad. Like, it's in the last 2 months, it's probably gone up. We may have had 1 or 2 asylum seekers. Now it's like thousands a month coming through the airports. And they're doing the same thing as they're doing now, but to a smaller extent. But they've overwhelmed our system. Like, we didn't have a system, and we're screwed. Like, it's just unbelievable. So now they're talking about, they're going to shut down immigration for a while because we're running out of housing. Well, we ran out of housing 10 years ago, but Biden and Trudeau talk all the time, and Trudeau is scared shitless. Sorry, Ethan, but of Trump getting back in, because he knows his days are numbered if Trump gets back in.
So what I don't understand is, like, when I look at it, like I am seeing that every single channel, it used to just be me, and I was like, I'm doing something wrong. And it's not. When I look at our interaction on Rumble, it's off the charts for how many viewers we have. YouTube is off the charts for how many viewers we have. The fact that I've got less than 1,000 followers on YouTube, but I get 300, 400, 500 views on my videos, and then my reels get, 5,000, 6,000 plays. That's what I do on Facebook, and I've got 185,000 people who follow my page. It baffles me, but I went and was looking at Chad Prather's site. I went and looked at Ben Shapiro's videos. I looked at Megyn Kelly had videos, Mel, and they're all right where I am. And there's people there with 1.2 million followers who have absolutely zero interaction. And the only ones who are truly getting ungodly interaction are people like Benny and those guys who boost their posts and get an incredible amount of interaction from Facebook. And my point being is that my shows aren't full of disinformation. My shows aren't trying to rile people up or talk bad about Jews or demonstrate racism or talk against COVID. None of those things. In fact, I think I've been fairly open-minded for 3 years on this platform and very rarely have demonstrated anything that would cross the threshold with Facebook. But I'm being platformed nonetheless. So what it basically means, Mel, is they're not looking for actual domestic terrorism. They're not looking for active shooters. They are looking to create a database of people who are going to create trouble in their eyes based upon their current consumption of information and how they process it. So they have a list of people who they know who are going to oppose whatever they are going to do. Am I wrong?
100%. And the other point to your thing about everybody, that you've got a lot of viewers but not much interaction, is people are now going out and listening, and they're searching and they're listening. They're not offering opinions because they're gathering.
Right.
And I'm thinking it's a good thing that all your sites, like Megan's and yours and all these others, and not to have the negative whatever, which is great because that's just trolls and that's just garbage. But if you got that many people hitting it, listening and watching and whatevering, I think that's a good thing because people are now awake. Yes, the governments, because they have, forget what the name of the program is, and it was supposed to be illegal. I think it starts with anyways.
Don't mention it. You can't mention it.
Yeah.
Hold on a second. Time out. I already got a phone call from that one. So you can't say that one again. So I said that one like 9 months ago, and I don't know if you saw Leroy's, but you could see his blank pucker when I said it. I got a phone call like a couple weeks afterwards, and I wasn't read the Riot Act, but I was given a very scornful reminder that is still classed. So we can't. We can't.
I got one of those.
Yeah, okay.
I got one of those.
Okay, go ahead.
But they are watching. The watchers are watching, and they've been watching for quite some time now. Like it just didn't start 3 years ago, or 4 or 7 years ago when DJT got into it was before. it's now being escalated because they know they're losing, and they're trying to find every avenue that they can to shut it down. And after what I heard about the WF with Klaus Schwab today
I'm
on
playing
whatever,
that video. I'm playing that video here in like 5 minutes. So so you can hear that.
That was scary. I'm like, whoa. And that's where this is all heading to. So when you see people are watching and you're getting lots of whatever, I would say don't be disheartened that they're not, putting likes or whatever. They're listening. And that's what people are doing now more so than talking. They're listening. And listening is good because...
Now, let me ask you a question, and I didn't mean to interrupt you. I know we have a little bit of a delay because Amy and I were talking about this, Amy Stamcombe and I, and Ethan, almost there, and I got a cool video I'm going to show you. I think I'm going to have to start asking for donations, and it's not considerable, but it's enough where I need to get through this election because Facebook is throttling and my income based upon the sites has really dropped. And I have to say, listen, if we want to keep this show free where I don't have to put commercials on it and I don't have to sell product every day and sell multi-level marketing schemes to get you to buy some sort of Amway product, and which I never will do, I've got to start asking for that. And it's not a lot, but I might have to start asking people if you can if you can donate $5 or $100, or if you've got the means, whatever it is annually, and throw some in here to ensure that we can continue to keep it free. What are your thoughts on that? Do you think it's worth it? Do you think it puts me in the position of other people who beg for money? Because like Stars, I don't have access to that. A lot of these other guys do. A lot of these other people have paid sponsorships. What are your thoughts on this? And I'm asking the viewers because you're one of my oldest, not in age, but in time watching the show. But probably age too. Yeah,
I'm probably close to the oldest in age, but no, I agree. And like your $1.99 to be part of the other part of whatever is not unreasonable at all. And I'm thinking if you start smaller, like the $1.99 or the $2.99, rather than try to go for the bigger bucks, you'll get in a few more of the people that don't have a lot of free extra whatever. But to me, it's be like the political donors asking for the the $2 or the $5 donation.
Yeah.
Same, whatever.
It's hard, Mel, because I will never charge for this. I'll never put anything behind a paywall. I've told everyone that. I never will. So people are like, oh no, I don't have any money to give. You don't have to give me money. That's not what I'm saying. Listen, we're not talking about an ungodly amount of money here, but this show costs me $25,000 a year to put on. It's not cheap, No,
but
go ahead,
you get 100, you get 85 or 100 viewers a night or every 3 nights on Facebook. If it was $2, so that adds up over the year.
Yeah,
like it not cover the 25 to start out with, but when you go onto the other platforms or do whatever, to me, don't scare everybody. Like that's my thing. Like soon as there's a whatever, then people get scared and whatever and don't want to play. But everybody can find a couple of bucks to keep people like you and a couple of others going because it's necessary. It's in this day and age, it's huge. Like, and people understand that. So
here's what I need. And if anyone asks, is I need YouTube to get over 1,000, right? So once I get over 1,000 on YouTube, they promote me. And I'm in good standing with them, but you can't just buy. Hey, Lee, don't give me super stickers. I don't see that. I don't know what that is.
I don't know either.
I don't make any money off that. I don't know what that is. No. But people keep buying super stickers for me on YouTube. I don't know what that is. I don't see a penny of that. So whatever that is, that's YouTube. If you guys want to donate money, the best way to do it is to go on Locals and donate there. But no, I don't want anyone to pay. That's not my point. My point is we just want to get the show going. And listen, we make good money on this show. It takes care of us, but it's tough right now because Facebook is throttling and our income has been cut in half. So it's trying to figure out how do we do this where people can say, okay, I've watched the show for 3 years. I pay $5-6 for a cup of coffee. Is it worth it for me to throw $5 at the end of the year times as much as I think it is and just throw some money at the show to help the show out? I don't know.
Oh, totally. Yeah, no, that's totally on board. Like I'll throw in like,
Yeah.
and I know all the people that are listening and watching every night or whatever and watch your shows, whatever, they'll throw in.
Okay. And we'll figure it out. Right now, I want as many people possible to get our YouTube up to 1,000 and anything we can do to make that happen. That's what I need, because once that happens, YouTube starts promoting us. It'll be fantastic. But I really love the fact that people are buying this super chat stuff, and I've got like $200 in super chat donations from people. I don't know where it's at. They won't pay it out to me. YouTube has not given me a dime of that. I've seen $0 of that. I don't know what it is.
I wonder if they're waiting until we get 1,000 subscribers.
I don't know. But if you want to donate, there's easy ways to do that. We've got Amy has the channel, the locals channel. I'll throw it up there, and it's not required. I think it's so important for people to understand that if it costs you any type of comfortability issues, if it puts you in a position where you can't afford it, I don't want it. I don't want a freaking penny, and I never want anyone to feel that they have to. What I'm trying to say is, if you are in a position where you are like, listen, I want to donate some money to a couple of shows that I care about and listen to, then I would love to be considered for one of these shows. That is what I'm trying to say. Does that make sense?
Cool. Yeah, and if Amy can throw that up, or Maureen or whatever, throw it up in the chat like they do with the veterans and other things that we throw up in the chats throughout the shows, and put it on the tagline at the very beginning. People will see it. It will grow. Like you'll get it. Like you'll get donations.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I figured I would ask you, because you know these things. You're wise beyond your years. Did you have anything for Ethan? Did you have anything you want to yell at Ethan or ask Ethan about?
No, I was thoroughly impressed with Ethan's answer, except he didn't answer Poutine when we asked about France, but that's okay. He did very, very well, and I really like the analogy with him and Mike. They do look alike. Oh my God, that was priceless. Yes, I know he may be taller, but yeah.
Yeah.
All you needed to get it.
But
that was cool.
Ethan's starting to watch Yellowstone.
Oh, that's interesting.
And he likes Rip. Rip graduated to his favorite person.
It's Casey first, and then he just went to 2 and then to 1.
Yeah, he's a big fan
Like
of Rip.
I said.
Folks, by the way, I just put up the Locals. Locals is a page which they handle donations. It's part of Rumble. The proceeds that I get from that, 1% goes back to transaction fees, and then I get 100%. So it's absolutely, and the page grows. They give us more bandwidth. They give us more admin, more users, more features, the more people donate. And it's really a way to help Olivia and I. It's all under 1099 form, and it's 100% to us. So there it is. I just posted it in Facebook. I just posted it in YouTube.
I'm posting it in Rumble.
If you're going to give and you want to, that's a great way to do it. Please listen to me. We're okay.
No, and that's cool.
We're not hurting. We're not hurting in any
No.
way, shape, or form. My point is that every little bit helps, grows the show. It allows me to keep expanding, pay for advertising and stuff like that. We need your help. If you can, great. If you can't, it will never cost you a dime. I will never monetize this show. If I release a book, I will probably give out more for free than I would. So there's Locals. There it is. Okay. All right. Go ahead,
that's
Mel.
cool, because I didn't know about Locals, and I don't think a lot of people know about that. So that's huge. Like, that's something like I just learned just now. So it's good. I learned something new today. That's outstanding. And Ethan, if you like Yellowstone, I belong to a group called the Single Action Shooting Society, and you need to go on their website and look at whatever, because that's what I do during the nicer months and whatever. We dress up the same way as the people in Yellowstone dress up, and we go shooting. And it's quite the organization, especially in the States. It is in Canada, it's in Europe, it's in Australia. It's all over the world now, but it basically started in the States. But Single Action Shooting Society might be something Ethan might like to look at.
Okay.
So
we will. We'll go take a
there's
look
that.
at it. What do you say, E?
Yeah.
Well, you say something else too, yes, son.
Cool.
No, you say more than cool, son.
Okay.
You might
No.
you might
Manners, dude. Manners.
You might like it because
Try it.
Single Action Shooting
Try it again,
Society,
Ethan.
they start shooting
Thank you.
at 10 years old. So, yeah.
Well, he
It's
said
a fa-
he
it's a
said
fam-
he got around to thank you on the third time, Mel. So we apologize.
No, that's okay. Good job, Ethan. Keep up the good work and take care, guys. And I'm glad to hear about locals. You guys all take care.
You got it, buddy.
Bye,
we
Mel.
appreciate you, Mel. Thanks.
Bye.
All right.
Bye.
So two things we want to show you. First thing, once again, this is so awkward for me because I knew it was going to be. Because when I joined Spreely, they're like, dude, we can have a donation for you. We can send out an email to 900,000 people, and people just will give you thousands of dollars. And I'm like, no, I don't want people I don't want charity. I don't want that. I want people to find value in the show and say, you know what, this show's awesome free, and it's also awesome at $100, and it's also awesome at $200, and it's also awesome at $5. And any one of those are completely acceptable. But I have to look for revenue streams, and I don't want to over advertise my show. I really don't want to do that. So,
there's been advertisements on Rumble. Did you know that?
I'm getting paid on Rumble.
Oh, cool.
It's just unfortunately Rumble doesn't pay well.
Got it.
So that's it. I think I've made my entire, but Rumble's just growing now. I think it's like maybe $75 on Rumble my entire time, where we've made $40,000-$50,000 off Facebook. So it's trying to figure out the balance and getting that in. But as we know, where Facebook was paying us, $8 to $10 a month, which was covering all the cameras, all the streaming, all the web, the design, the hosting, all that stuff that we do. When it's not coming in, we scratch the surface of covering what we spend, but we don't have that steady income. Even with clothes, like buying shirts and stuff, that helps. Every time someone buys a t-shirt, we make 10 or 15 bucks. It makes it worthwhile. On the live shows, just listening to the commercials and not skipping them or staying on as long as you can, that helps. Every little bit helps. So that's enough.
Getting your friends to YouTube to subscribe. That's the big one because we've hit every mark that we need to be approved for income, except for subscribers. You have to have 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, we're going to get there.
We are 80 more to go. Remember, it's my birthday present this year. You got a month and a half, people.
All right, we got to show something to Ethan because Ethan's been so good sitting here going, "Oh, Mom, Dad, is this the way the show's going to be? I'm out of here." Am I right?
Thanks for buying the hoodie, Amy.
By the way, thank you, Amy. This is Maxwell Smart on his phone. So he has a shoe phone. It's a great show. So Ethan, what is that?
An aircraft carrier.
That's correct. Do you know what type of aircraft carrier it is?
No.
Okay. Would you like to guess what number it is? And it's between 1 and 100.
72.
Oh, that's really close, dude.
What is it?
That is really, really close.
See if it's 73 or something.
No, it's a Nimitz class, and it's 69. It's the USS Eisenhower. Who is it named after? What was Eisenhower? Do you know? He's a famous what? Come on.
I've heard the name.
Yeah, I know. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Oh, I have not heard that one. I've heard like a celebrity name with
What
like
have
Eisenhower.
what have I said? He is the commander in chief. Does that help?
No.
What if I say he's the POTUS?
No, I don't.
What do you think POTUS stands for? President of the United States, bro. So he was a president, and this aircraft carrier is named after him. This is the funny thing. This story, this aircraft carrier group right now is in the Red Sea, and the Red Sea is over in the Middle East. And there is a country there called Yemen. And on the western side of the Yemen, there's a funny terrorist group, and they're named the Houthis. And it's not Hootie and the Blowfish. It's actually the Houthis. And they sound like...
That was a funny name.
Of course it sounds funny, but they're not very funny. They have a lot of anti-ship missiles. So the carrier group CVN 69, which is that over there, is ran by this man who is captain. And his name is Chowda Hill. And Chowda is his nickname. Ethan, they launched anti-ship missiles at his carrier group, which is made up of guided missile cruisers and several other logistical ships. And they launched anti-cruise ship missiles to blow them up. This is these terrorists, right? They also have drones that have explosives in the front of the drones, E. And these aren't little drones that you've seen Mom fly taking pictures. Right. These are big drones. These things weigh hundreds of pounds. So do you want to know what happened?
What happened?
Well, I have told you before that the United States Navy single-handedly could take on every other Navy in the world and win, and probably have a 10-to-1 ratio, which means we would sink 10 of theirs for every one of ours. And it's very, very strong. And everyone asked me, well, what happens when the Houthis turn and try to attack our ships? And I said, we will blow them out of the water. We will blow out their missile systems. Last Tuesday, this was a post that was made on Twitter. And this is Captain Chowda Hill. And it says, this is the way. Where's that from?
Oh, Star Wars.
Yeah, Mandalorian, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is
This is the way.
This is the way. And it says, what does it say at the bottom? Can you see it?
Taco Tuesday.
And what does it say written on the taco?
U.S. Dwight D. Eisenhower.
When do you think they attacked the ship? What day then?
On Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, and guess what they did?
They ate tacos.
They ate tacos anyway, and they had a Taco Tuesday. So, immutable fact, nobody messes with Taco Tuesday. They shot...
Casually launching missiles while...
Right, while you're eating a taco. Right, exactly. So, not only does it make the Houthis seem inept and incapable of actually damaging our carrier group, he also trolls them on Twitter and says, this is the way, Taco Tuesday. I think it just speaks about the Navy. I think it speaks about how cool this was. It was a really cool story, and I thought you would want to hear it. So hats off to Captain Hill, and may he continue to find success in his carrier group and in the mission that he's actually conducting. It's pretty cool. What do you think of that?
Cool.
Yeah, man. Eating tacos and
Just eating tacos while launching missiles.
And I promise you that's not real taco meat they're eating. Another video that I want to show, and then we're going to go for the weekend. We will have 2 recorded shows tomorrow. Olivia and I promise you we will keep our word and get those recorded. But this was
29 minutes left, though.
Yeah, we're going to have less than that. We're going to be out of here soon.
Maybe Hayden will still be awake. We can finish Yellowstone tonight.
That would be nice.
She will not be awake. She has been like zombie all day.
Well, I haven't heard her do the kitchen yet, but she was downstairs dancing around her room talking on FaceTime with her friends, so she's not that tired.
You're telling me she's faking?
Yeah.
She's faking bacon.
All right, so I want to show you this video. Now, this is a person who...
They don't necessarily...
This is a person I don't like. I can't stand Michael Moore. I don't hate anyone. I don't. I just don't. And there's people I don't like. Hold on. What is Karen saying? This isn't acceptable. What's going on, Liv?
Oh, I think there's a bot account. And so...
What?
I think there's somebody who's a bot on here and is just rambling. So I'm just making sure if they say one more thing, we're going to ban them. But we're on it.
Which person?
Ashley Rusa.
Hold on.
So, I mean, immediately.
What channel?
Facebook. Immediately, everyone.
Oh, she already blocked me, so she is a bot. Get her.
Yep, got it.
If she blocked me, that's because she knows I'm the owner. So the first thing they do is block me, and then they troll the page. So get her.
Got it.
So anyway, I know.
Just by abandoning people.
Done.
You know what you should do? We should make you a moderator, and you could just ban people. Be like, Ethan, get him, and you're like, got him. And then, like at the end of the year, we'll like do Ethan's 100 best bannings. You know, he'll get on here.
All right. I didn't see Kristen on tonight, so.
All right.
Like just Ethan, get him. Okay.
So, I wanna talk about John. John, you're dead to me. You're dead to me, Matt. I like you, but you can't trigger me anymore.
Oh
man.
God.
You just won't. You can't trigger me anymore. So, You can try.
He's a 49ers fan too.
Is he?
Yeah.
How do you know?
He had a 49ers hat on.
Oh, Michael Moore? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry.
Michael. This is John. This is John on YouTube. John's one of my many fans who I already know who he is, and he doesn't think I know who he is. Anyway, so here's what it comes down to. Michael Moore is somebody who has taken advantage of other people's tragedy. If you take a look at Michael Moore's donations, you take a look at Bowling for Columbine or Fahrenheit 9/11 or any of the other movies that he has done, he has manipulated footage. He has altered what people have said to fit his narrative. He is a sloven, disgusting mess. And what's interesting is a lot of the left see the way we see Michael Moore is the way they see Donald Trump. And it really baffles me. But Michael Moore, I don't like his stuff. And the reason why I don't like his stuff is because he lies. And I don't appreciate liars. Bothers me. And integrity is really important in this game for me. But I still listen to him. And I listen to a lot of people that I don't like because you can learn something. And what I look for is the moment of clarity. Now, Michael Moore is going to talk for 4 minutes. And I'm telling you, it will be the most honest 4 minutes you have ever heard from a activist liberal in regards to Donald Trump. And he doesn't say this for your benefit. I want you to be very clear. A lot of people are going to say, oh, well, Michael Moore is now awake. No. Because you didn't watch the beginning and watch the end, which I did. And he really is selling his people of why Donald Trump's so dangerous and why he can't be allowed to be elected. But this was a while back where he predicted that he would win the election. And I want you to listen to this. Tell me what you think, and we'll come back to it, okay? Here it is. Ethan, you can listen too, or you can go out in the front room. It's up to you. We love having you here.
I know a lot of people in Michigan that are planning to vote for Trump, and they don't necessarily like him that much, and they don't necessarily agree with him. They're not racist and rednecks, and they're actually pretty decent people. And so I wanted.
Before we start, I want to make sure that sounds good to everybody. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Well, I know it sounds good to you, but I want to make sure it sounds good to everybody else. Of course, it sounds good to us, but we want to make sure it's good out on Don't Unfriend Me land. Okay?
Yes.
Let me know if you can't hear it. I'll turn it up. Here it is.
Do a number of them. I wanted to write this. And Donald Trump came to the Detroit Economic Club and stood there in front of the Ford Motor executives and said, if you close these factories as you're planning to do in Detroit and build them in Mexico, I'm going to put a 35% tariff on those cars when you send them back, and nobody's going to buy them. It was an amazing thing to see. No politician, Republican or Democrat, had ever said anything like that to these executives. And it was music to the ears of people in Michigan and Ohio and Pennsylvania and Wisconsin.
Morgan Spurlock did Supersize Me.
Okay,
Morgan
there we go.
Spurlock.
I couldn't remember his name.
Yeah, he's one of the people who do fictitious things for money too. I'm not a big fan of his either.
You live here in Ohio, you know what I'm talking about. Whether Trump means it or not is kind of irrelevant because he's saying the things to people who are hurting. And it's why every beaten down, nameless, forgotten working stiff who used to be part of what was called the middle class loves Trump. He is the human Molotov cocktail that they've been waiting for. The human hand grenade that they can legally throw into the system.
Yeah, a lot of people say they watch Bowling from Columbine and they really appreciate what he did, considering, though, that he lied through and cut and paid people to say what they said. Olivia and I are from Littleton, and we were in town. We were actually in Wyoming at the time, and we had moved down less than 2 weeks afterwards to go back to Denver. But we lived in Littleton for quite a period of time. Lakewood, Littleton. We shopped at the Southwest Plaza Mall. We drove by Columbine High School every time we were at the mall. Every time we went to Good Times Hamburgers. We knew friends, kids who went to Columbine, and it was our community. So just trust me when I say that I don't like Michael Moore, but it doesn't mean I can't listen to him when he's spot on. And this is a spot on statement, okay?
Stole their lives from them. And on November 8th, Election Day, although they lost their jobs, although they've been foreclosed on by the bank, next came the divorce, and now the wife and kids are gone. The car's been repoed. They haven't had a real vacation in years. They're stuck with the shitty Obamacare bronze plan where you can't even get a fucking Percocet. They've essentially lost everything they had, except one thing. The one thing that doesn't cost them a cent and is guaranteed to them by the American Constitution, the right to vote. They might be penniless, they might be homeless, they might be fucked over and fucked up. It doesn't matter.
Sorry for the language, E. I know you've heard worse.
Because it's equalized on that day. A millionaire has the same number of votes as the person without a job. One. And there's more of the former middle class than there are in the millionaire class. So on November 8th, the dispossessed will walk into the voting booth, be handed a ballot, close the curtain, and take that lever, or felt pen or touchscreen, and put a big fucking X in the box by the name of the man who has threatened to upend and overturn the very system that has ruined their lives. Donald J. Trump. They see that the elites who ruined their lives hate Trump. Corporate America hates Trump. Wall Street hates Trump. The career politicians hate Trump. The media hates Trump after they loved him and created him and now hate him. Thank you, media. The enemy of my enemy is who I'm voting for on November 8th. Yes, on November 8th, you, Joe Blow, Steve Blow, Bob Blow, Billy Bob Blow, all the blows get to go and blow up the whole goddamn system because it's your right. Trump's election is going to be the biggest fuck you ever recorded in human history.
Here's the thing, and it's hard for me to say this. If you're not listening to Michael Moore, if you're not listening to Bill Maher, if you're not listening to Cenk Uygur, if you're not listening to CNN and MSNBC, you're missing out. Because there's two things you can learn. One is you can see a moment like that occasionally, which I've seen with Don Lemon. Don Lemon gave one of the greatest judgments and trials and verdicts of the African American community and the homelessness and the crime and the fatherlessness that I've ever heard in my life. That's Don Lemon. And that was in 2014. I heard and got to see Bill Maher be one of the most prolific and smart, challenging minds up until 2016, where he lost his mind over Trump, until 2020 when Trump is gone. And Bill Maher is back to being Bill Maher. I don't idolize any of those people, but you know what? I damn well listen to them because I want to know the way they think. E, you are excused. Did you listen to anything he said? Did you understand anything he said?
Maybe.
What do you think he was saying? Do you know?
No, not really.
With Donald Trump, like, what do kids at school say about Donald Trump?
They don't really talk politics. It's just football.
Get in front of the mic, son.
They don't really talk like politics or anything. It's just like football, recess, and I want to get out of school.
Has anyone ever talked about Trump? Has anyone ever said, oh, you like Trump or anything like that at all?
No, I don't really just talk about politics, so like no one really knows who like I support or what. side I'm on.
Do you like Donald Trump?
He's the president, so I don't know.
What do you think of Joe Biden?
Weird.
Why is he weird?
Oh yeah, like
Not talking in front of the mic.
Like, oh yeah, I pulled my pants and all those like kids just like want to touch my hairy legs. Like, like
He's your
dude,
kid.
like, dude, that's not a thing that you want to say.
It's a little weird.
Like,
It's
a little.
it's
Well, that was some weird shit.
Exactly.
it's a little Hillary Clinton. I appreciate you sitting in, bud. You can go. Get out of here. We'll come out there and see you in 5-10 minutes.
Bye.
We love
Love
you,
you,
buddy.
bubs.
We love you, buddy.
See you.
See you, buddy. Appreciate you. So here's what it comes down to is when I see things like that, to me, I don't like Michael Moore, but it shows that Michael Moore can actually say something. And how many things are we listening to Michael Moore about that are through a filter that we refuse to listen to him on anything that makes us uncomfortable? Because we have a responsibility to get back to some semblance of conversation with the other side. And for some reason, everyone thinks that Democrats are there thinking, how can I open the border and then abort all of their babies and turn them into communists and whatever, and give all their money to Ukraine? Because that's not true. Most people in this country are moderates. In fact, the largest portion of people in this country are moderates. And although Michael Moore and I may not agree on a lot of things, I promise you there are some things we do agree on. And if I was to disguise that voice with AI, and I was to do that show, and I was to write it and recite it like he did, that show would be probably one of the most popular shows and go viral. But because it's Michael Moore, people won't listen.
Well, it's because he's made a name for himself with pretty much lying and faking. All his documentaries are just full of shit.
Did Donald Trump lie?
I'm pretty sure he has.
How many times have we caught? I caught him in the speech the other night. How many times did I catch him lying?
Several.
People lie. People do things to make money. People do things. That's not the point. The point is it possible that you can vehemently disagree with pretty much everything somebody says? Why is it our responsibility not to try to find the one thing that we agree on? Why is it our responsibility to ostracize and cast those people out versus trying to find a semblance of common ground so we can impact each other and share common ideas to better each other? Because the one thing that I've learned in life is I've done the thing trying to alienate everybody. And all I did was get real lonely. And I'll tell you, it's been much better for me to try to collect people and exchange ideas to try to find the commonality. And you know, there's relationships at the diner that we no longer have because people approached me knowing exactly what they were going to get, knew my show, knew who I was, who were Democrats, and wanted to engage me, became fast friends, and then they all of a sudden decided they don't want to talk politics anymore and cast me away and cast me aside. Why is it that we take the things that we don't have in common and use it to dismiss people versus taking the things we do have in common and finding a way to unite with people? It's just a question. Because why do one versus the other? Because I have a feeling I know the answer is that it makes us uncomfortable. It puts us in a position where we don't want to feel that way. We don't want to explain it, or maybe we can't explain it. So we get frustrated, and it's just easier to walk away and quit. That's what this show is. This show has been this way since day one, which is to challenge the thought process of other people, to call out things that are hypocritical, and to learn from each other. Now, I got to give John credit. John's back. John's not going to trigger me anymore, but John's back. Well, maybe he will. John's back. And I got so pissed the other night because I've got my wife sitting across from me. And even though we may make jokes and sexual innuendo, I don't appreciate anyone saying in front of my wife that, I got a hard on for Nikki Haley or whatever the comment was. I don't think it's appropriate. I would never treat another human being like that in front of their family. So what did I do? I said some things that were completely inappropriate, and I offended somebody else. So as my wife, I'm over there looking, going, God, that's not a thing to say when my wife is sitting right here. A nice lady, Emma, was in her house, and her husband heard me say the things I said to John, and that made her uncomfortable. But what if I would have just said nothing? Then Emma would have watched a good show. She maybe have went to her husband and said, hey, did you listen? What'd you think? And he said, oh, that's great. Now we got another listener. But in the end, it does more harm to engage some people in negativity versus just assuming positive intent and letting people believe what they want. The reason I talk about this is because this is the direction the show needs to go. And although I still want to combat stupidity, and I will, because I know something that maybe John went through today. Maybe he was on Twitter and he went on there and saw that Republicans, not Democrats, Republicans posted 2 affidavits from 2010, 2012, when Nikki Haley allegedly cheated on her military husband, who is overseas deployed, who probably went through counseling, trials and tribulations of infidelity, felt the insecurities of a man who is a provider, who is a protector, and feels absolutely violated by his wife, possibly, allegedly cheating on him. And now this man who's overseas and thousands of miles away from his wife, who he obviously loves, has to feel this again because a few Republican shills decide to destroy Nikki Haley and post those affidavits and leak them to the press just in enough time before New Hampshire. And people like Laura Loomer feed it to the press so Donald Trump can win. And they can do the exact same thing that liberals are doing to Trump and refuse to do to Biden. They're now doing it to our own. I don't recognize this party anymore. I don't recognize people who I'm supposed to idolize. But I'll tell you right now, fuck Laura Loomer. Fuck the Krassenstein brothers. Jack Posobiec. Matt Wallace. I am so sick of these people. These people do not represent me. These people are childish, petulant little shits with no accountability. They destroy people's lives on a whim. They go after people for any reason, and it doesn't matter whether it's Ron DeSantis or Nikki Haley or Chris Christie or John McCain or even their own, Rudy Giuliani or General Mike Flynn or the Kraken or anyone else. John Bolton, who they espouse was the greatest person in the world, and he is one of the biggest war hawks ever, period, ever. Steve Bannon, Ben Shapiro, Candace Wallace, Tucker Carlson. It doesn't matter. They will destroy anyone. Anyone. They went after Vivek Ramaswamy after saying he was the greatest thing since sliced bread. There is no loyalty with these people. There is a fringe of the Republican Party and the Democrat Party who is out to destroy anyone other than who they think, and these people are arrogant. These people are complete, worthless piles of dog shit. They are ticks on the recesses of the sweatiest, stankiest, smelliest areas of a pig's body. and they are eroding our country. They have no Christian values. They are not conservative. They're not God-fearing. They're leeches and they're fucking opportunists who are stealing your money and lying to you, and you believe them because you're desperate to believe anyone who will tell you the truth. I'm tired of these people. I'm tired of people like Dom Lucra, who actually is a guy trying to make it. And he was on Tim Pool's podcast. And that's what he posted today. He posted an Israel flag with a Star of David that was merged with a swastika today. This is a black man. This is a black man in America who's supposed to be a conservative, who posts a swastika inside the Star of David. I don't care how much you don't like Jews. I don't care how much trepidation or how much just absolute disregard for Jews that you have. If you post a Nazi symbol inside merged with the Star of David, you are a fucking degenerate. You deserve to have as many people possible take their turns on you until you can no longer fucking talk. There was a time that if somebody did that amongst other people, they would take that guy around the fucking building and they would beat the shit out of him. Not because he's black, not because he's a Jew, not because he's a Nazi, not because he's transgender, but because he is a person who destroys society. He destroys the common people. He destroys the common thread that sew us together, which is the things we have in common, not the hatred that consumes us all. I'm done with these people. I'm done with people who pretend to be a part of some movement that doesn't exist. There is no movement. There never will be a movement. This is our country, and it's not going to change. And it's been this way since inception. Elitists have the power, and we are the peasants. And it's been throughout history. And if you haven't read a history book, that's not my fault. That's yours. There's nothing new. There's nothing special about us. We are at our very worst when we are in a group. We are at our very worst when we focus on collectivism and put ourselves in a clique, because then we stop trying to make ourselves proud and we start trying to impress the people around us. And we allow atrocities and horrible things to be said and done with no accountability because we want to be accepted. We want to be a part of the group. Well, guess what? I don't want to be a fucking part of the group. I don't care enough about the group in order to be respected by the group. I don't need to be labeled a Trump supporter. I don't need to be labeled a conservative. I don't need to be labeled as a liberal, a free thinker, an intellectual, a knuckle dragger. I don't want any of those. Who I am is at my very best as an individual who supports my tribe. And my tribe are my wife and my children and my friends and family who I surround myself with. And I never have to try to impress them. And they will never judge me in that way. And that is altruistic. And I'm telling you, what is 10 times better to allow one or two people over your lifetime into your tribe than trying to go ahead and satisfy a group of people. I am not a Republican. I'm not a conservative. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a Democrat. I'm not an independent. I'm not a moderate. I'm an American. And there was no gift bestowed upon me for being an American. I was lucky, and so were you. And maybe in the next life you won't be. You had nothing to do with the color of your skin, the size of your penis, the amount of wealth you have, how smart you are, how dumb you are, the size of your tits, the size of your Johnson, what car you drive, or where you were born. You had nothing to do with it. The only thing you need to know is that every single person on the planet around you, all 7.2 billion some odd people, are all winners because they all came in first. At least once in their life, they ran the race and they swam and they made it first. They're all winners. And if you treat people like losers because they're not like you, because they look different, or they talk different, or they say things that make you uncomfortable, then you're a loser. You should disassociate yourself with losers. Collectivism will destroy Western society as we know it. We are individuals. We are protected with individual rights. We are not a collectivist ideology. Individual rights are paramount, which are bestowed upon us for natural and God-given rights. And we have been acting like a bunch of collectivist heathens that somehow some red hat or some pink vagina hat is somehow supposed to make up all of our parts when it doesn't even scratch the surface of who we are with human beings. I would challenge you to try to find out who people are. So let me just tell you, and I'm going to sum it up because I was going to end this show this way. I am done placating. I'm going to call balls and strikes. I'm going to call out Donald Trump for his hypocrisy. I'm going to call out DeSantis. I'm going to call Nikki Haley, the same uncomfortable nature. I'm going to hit the liberals too. Because the problem is I am so sick and tired of people saying, oh my God, Nikki Haley, she slept with 2 men, allegedly. We can't vote for her. Yet you vote for Donald Trump, who's cheated on every one of his wives multiple times. Your hypocrisy is collectivism thinking, and I'm challenging you to be an individual. I'm challenging you to shed this political bullshit and find your lowest common denominator, which is simple, to either reproduce or procreate, or, quite simply, to survive. Those are your 3 obligations that you are programmed with at the lowest DNA label. The simplest part of your DNA is to procreate, to reproduce, and to survive. Those are your natural understandings. And if you think that any of this, that any of these little stupid distractions in our life are going to matter in 5 years, then you're living for the wrong reason and you're not following your most basic fundamental principles. Period. Olivia, I know you had to stand there for that, and I know it's been a long week. I would love to get your thoughts. You listened to George Carlin with me this morning. Thank you. Thank you. You had a chance to listen to George Carlin when I played that segment.
I didn't hear it. To be completely honest, I wasn't listening.
It was incredible. And I haven't listened to George Carlin, and it was probably one of the most prolific few minutes of television I've seen.
And if he was still alive today, they would have already tried to cancel him.
They can't cancel George Carlin because he doesn't care. That was the great thing about Carlin.
It's like Dave Chappelle. He doesn't care.
Yeah, see, the great thing about Carlin is he figured it out. He gave up on society. He gave up on humanity. He gave up on human beings. And so have I. I have been to some terrible places in the world. I've seen some terrible things. I've done some terrible things. I've been through trauma that most people would be like, wow, that doesn't even scratch the surface of what I've been through. And other people would say, how are you still alive? So it's all perspective. But I'll tell you this. Carlin figured it out. Carlin was waiting for the Ellie event. He was waiting for the giant asteroid. He was waiting for humanity to be wiped out because he gave up all hope. And he loved human beings on an individual level. But he also recognized that they were at their worst in groups. High school is a perfect example.
Middle school.
Middle school, work, beauty pageants, peer reviews, online, bullies. And I'll tell you, he just understood and had it figured out before everyone else that none of these things were going to change a damn thing. That we could vote for a new president every single week and it wasn't going to change anything. Hey, caller, where are you from? Who is it?
Hey, Matt, I wanted to, I've been listening to what you were saying.
Who am I talking to? Is this Elizabeth?
This is Elizabeth.
Okay, what's up?
Yeah. What you were basically saying kind of reminded me of the Desiderata.
Okay.
Have you ever heard of the Desiderata?
No, I have not. Tell me all about it.
It's go placidly amongst the haste that there may be, but remember the ones that may have be, dumber or smarter than you, because even those dumb have their sayings.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're listening to it, and reading it, it really brings home some of what you're saying, because what it's saying is stay away from those that are loud and vicious. And it's saying to basically know that everybody has a point, everybody has a life, and that everybody should be respected for who they are and stand for what the principles that they are going to, because everybody's going to be different. And it's a really good thing to read. It was written in the 1800s.
Okay. I go ahead and turn down however you're watching. If you're watching on TV or something or whatever. And Elizabeth, Elizabeth, I'm gonna hang up because I'm getting a lot of feedback, and I'm gonna answer your question and make a comment right after. Okay, so listen in.
Okay.
Thanks, buddy. Bye. Actually, that's not what I'm saying. I am asking you to challenge stupidity with as much fervor as you possibly can, but don't fail to recognize there is a very large difference between ignorance and stupidity. And stupidity is not weighed by ignorance. Stupidity is judged by people who know better, who choose to believe something different, or do not have the capability to comprehend something different. Ignorance is curable. Ignorance can be challenged appropriately. What I'm asking you not to do is to get into the mundane. A perfect example. I was in an argument with somebody today on Twitter, and the Krasenstein brothers said Donald Trump should be arrested for taking millions of dollars, but he's going to get away with it, blah, blah, blah. And I said, well, somebody came on right under there, and one of their viewers said, well, it's kind of ironic. You guys know if you did this and what Biden did, that you would go to jail. And I said, actually, they did do this. They stole $500,000 through a Ponzi scheme, both Krasenstein brothers, and the federal government stepped in and they gave every dollar back, and they didn't file charges against them. They weren't held accountable. So no, they wouldn't be held accountable, just like Biden won't or anyone else. Just like Trump won't, just like Clinton won't. None of them will be held accountable because they're in a certain class and they're protected. And this guy comes on and he's like, stay on topic, dude. Try real hard. And my comment was, I was on topic. I just wasn't addressing the original topic, which was the Krasenstein brothers. I was addressing the guy that said that the Krasensteins would be held accountable. So, cope harder. Now, I could have went and attacked his mother. I just made a post. And here's the thing. And I'm just going to leave it at this, and then we're going to go. Simple. Have the intelligence to walk away. Have the smarts to simply say, okay. It's what I should have done with John last night. I should have. John was egging me on, and then I stooped to his level. I shouldn't have. Should have just walked away. I should have just said, you know what? I'm good. And I didn't. And guess what? To John, he got his endorphin hit. But what did John win? John won nothing. John is still John. John still has myopic viewpoints. John is going to have to look at himself in the mirror, and he's going to have to address himself as an individual and see if he likes what he likes. And if he does, good for him. If he doesn't, and those demons come in the middle of the night, he'll have to face those. But that has nothing to do with me. And just like mine have nothing to do with him. So stop giving the people the power. Learn to walk away. Last example of that. Great example in the movie Yellowstone, show Yellowstone. Beth is kicking the crap out of Jamie, her brother, and she's just beating the shit out of him. And she goes, come on, Jamie, feel like a man. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Come on, hit me. And she's, you're a piece of shit. You're a loser. You're a pussy. Hit me. Just hit me, Jamie. Be a real man. Let me know what it feels like. And finally, Jamie just goes out and just fucking lays her out. And Jamie looks at her and goes, how's that for a man, huh? And she grabs her lip and looks at the blood and spits it on the ground. And she goes, a real man would have walked away. Don't be Jamie. Don't allow anyone to dignify who you really are by your own actions. Just stop. This isn't important. This is complete dribble. Stay focused. Focus on the things that are important. Impact your community. Impact your family. Think about what I said about illegal immigrants. If somebody's outside your house cold, what's wrong with them? Give them a coat. I don't care how they got here. They're a human being. Take care of them. We can change the way we think. It doesn't make you a bleeding heart liberal to take care of fellow human beings. In fact, it makes you kind of Jesus-like. We forget that we say we're Christians, but are we truly? Are we living our lives through Christianity? Are we using it as an excuse to get to an eternal life that maybe we don't deserve? You might want to ask that question of yourself. And you may want to ask it right away. Because I think a lot of us go through the actions of trying to be good, and all that does is make us real bad. Just my opinion. I could be wrong. Don't unfriend me for it. Olivia, do you have anything? And I'm so sorry tonight.
Don't be sorry.
I had to after last night. You know it was bothering me.
Oh, yeah. I know.
What are your
That's
thoughts
okay.
on all this? You've got the pulse of everybody. What's going on?
I don't know. I'll tell you after the show. There's a couple things I can't say online, so
Why?
be personal.
Okay.
But has to do with one of our favorite dummies. But I'm not going to say anything online. I was just told to give love. That's it. I'll tell you when we're off. Don't worry.
You shouldn't have said anything because now I'm going to be worried.
It's fine.
Fair enough. Okay.
But no, everyone loves Ethan.
Yeah, he's a good kid.
Yeah.
He's
and we got 2 more subscribers on YouTube during the show.
Go figure to be
Which
about
is
that.
awesome.
Tomorrow,
That's
Olivia,
been my goal.
Olivia and I are going to do a couple recorded shows that'll come out for the weekend. Do me a favor. I don't know if y'all have seen it, but if you wouldn't mind stopping by. Oh, we still have a good amount of people on. That's always nice. If you haven't had a chance to see it, I'm looking for it.
Oh, you know what? I can say something.
Oh, hold on a second. Hold on. You're the one who stopped me. Hold on. I got to put these up. See if I can make these come together. I do these on Facebook, and they're kind of cool when they actually work. God, it just would have been easier to make one image. But
Looks like the coffee cup's too big in one.
it doesn't matter. There it is. Close enough. Anyway, the Ask the Why shirt is officially here. Several people asked for it. Amy ordered hers. I know Jared ordered one. Actually, quite a few people have ordered some. So if you haven't had a chance to check it, it is a cool shirt. It's Ask the Why, says Don't Unfriend Me Show, has the URL, has the thinker behind a moon, which is actually a light bulb. Kind of cool. Got a light bulb, a moon, the thinker. Come on, folks. Symbology. If you want to get it, go ahead and pick it up. Mike, I don't know. I don't know where Mike is. Mike reached out to me last week. He's been chatting on Twitter and saying hello. But you know what? Let him take the time he needs. He's had a long couple weeks, and he needs to spend some time with his beautiful wife. And he'll be back when he comes back, hopefully next week sometime. If not, we'll make it happen. Leroy had a date night with his wife. He needed to hit that. And Amy's off tonight. They'll
Amy
be back.
actually joined us on YouTube for a little bit.
Oh, cool.
She said hi.
Well,
She
she'll be
stopped by and
back
said hi.
Monday, which will be fun.
So I just got a message from a longtime friend of ours that I'm not going to mention the name, that we met while we were dining at my favorite restaurant when we lived in Arizona.
Olive Garden, Megan.
Oh my God, seriously?
Oh.
I told you not to mention it.
No, you didn't. You just
I
said
just said I'm not going to.
You said you weren't. You didn't
no,
say
I
I
said
couldn't.
well, there's a reason why.
Wait. I've got it wrong. It's Outback, and it's Megalodonna.
Yes.
She was a Hispanic import
Yes.
from Mexico who was an illegal. She weighed 375 pounds. Who, yes, I
There's
remember.
otherwise I would have just come out and said the name.
Anyway, what the fuck does Megan want?
She is serving.
She's pregnant.
Nope. She's serving Carrie Lake and a bunch of people right now. They're at in her section, and she's going to find a way to mention the dummies.
Oh, Megan, Carrie Lake won't like me.
That's what I said, but it's awesome. She just messaged me. I was like, yay, yes, please.
Susie Wood says, I don't get that shirt. Which why? It's okay, Susie. That shirt's not for everybody. What do you mean you don't get the shirt? Ask the why. Don't ask
You say it all the time.
Don't ask the how. Don't ask the what. It just shows you don't listen to my show. That's okay. Don't ask the how. Don't ask the what. Those are all window dressings. Ask the why. Why did something happen? And if you ask that question, you'll be able to get to the answer quick enough. That's why. You ask the why. You start watching my show more. Don't mention my show to Carrie Lake. Here's the thing. I don't dislike Carrie Lake. Carrie Lake and I disagree on one major thing. Carrie Lake should have bowed out of the election. That's it. She still hasn't officially done it. And I think it hurt her. And I would love to see her as a senator. I would love to see her as a cabinet member. But you can't leave skeletons laying around. You've got to put a close on things. And she's a classy lady, and she has the ability to really make an impact with what she does. But for someone as stubborn as she is, for someone who is as magnanimous as she actually is, she was pretty petulant not to concede. She should have conceded. To say the election was stolen before the election even happened, I'm not a big fan of that. I think it's weak. I think you should admit when you're wrong. If you felt she went to court, she fought hard, and she lost. And all she had to do was stop listening to Charlie Kirk and call me, and I would have told her she lost 3 weeks before she actually did, because I'm the one that told you she was going to. Because she didn't have Maricopa County, and you can't win Arizona without Maricopa County. I'm sorry. Tell her to enjoy her meal. And tell her I look forward to never talking to her, because she probably will never talk to me. Even though, you know what? I think she should. Because I think what she would, I would love if Carrie Lake came out here and said, you know what? If I could do things differently, I would have. I fought those things, but look at Donald Trump right now. Donald Trump recognized, he's changed his entire policy. He's now saying, you know what? We fought hard in 2020. We got the most votes, but it didn't go out the way we wanted to. I'm not going to mention why. I'm just going to say it's a new time, and here we go. Let's run. Carrie Lake needs to do the same thing. And if her mentor can do that, she can do it too. And she should, because I think she has a real big shot in politics. She just has to own her individual and stop worrying so much about the group. That's my opinion. Okay? Go tell her I said so. Where is she at? Is she in Arizona?
Mm-hmm.
Still?
Mm-hmm. Same Olive
Is she at
Garden.
the same one?
Mm-hmm.
Is my name still on the end of the bar?
I have no idea. I'll have to ask her. I don't think she's watching the show. She just messages me every once in a while.
Go say hi to Carrie Lake for me. Say Matt Spear from the Donut Friendly Show says hello. I wish her the best. That woman is, she can do some good. She needs to move on from Arizona. Get the hell out of that. All right, that's my opinion. Why wouldn't she appreciate an opinion? Because every time someone has tried to give her an opinion, she's like a lot of people. She doesn't want to hear what she doesn't want to hear. You know what I mean? She doesn't want to hear what she doesn't want to hear. It's okay. Can I tell you? All right. I can give you a quick example. Then we're done. Seriously. Olivia's like, son of a bitch. I saw that look. You look really, can I tell you how much you look like Natalie Portman tonight?
Really?
Yeah. You look good.
From which movie?
We're going to have to go play Star Wars.
I'm not going to say it.
What are you what are you going to say?
Nothing.
Okay. Anyway, so
something to do with lightsabers, but you know.
You're not supposed to have a lightsaber. You're supposed to have a Death Star.
Oh, jeez.
So anyway.
It's a good thing Ethan's not in the room anymore.
Well, of course Ethan's not in the room, but what the hell are you thinking? All right, so this is what I'll say quickly. Last night before, I said some things that I have never said. It was disgusting. It was gross. And it's just not me. It's just not the way I talk to another human being. And I went and I sat down and I got my frozen yogurt and I had my beautiful fire and it was snowing outside and it's gorgeous and like life's perfect. And I'm like, this doesn't sit well with me. I had a listener who wasn't happy with me. I had a listener that was upset, and I hurt a listener because I said things that were inappropriate. I very well could have been like, screw them. Who cares? They can go to hell. Or I could recognize that this person has never provided me feedback before and had enough common decency to simply just walk away and give me another chance to come back, and has done it multiple times, and just realized when I get like that, which is rare, but when I do, she's turned off the show. I could have replied and said, suck it up. What's wrong with you? You can't handle a little language? Or I can listen and I can say, okay, I appreciate your comments and I'll do better. And although I might drop the F-bomb once in a while, which I've done in this show, that's okay, because that's just never going to change. But if you can't take feedback, if you can't make yourself better, then honestly, go back to the beginning of this conversation when I talked to you about groupthink versus individualism, because most people react the way they do because they're embarrassed. And I just believe that Carrie Lake responds the way she does because she gets embarrassed. And nobody likes to feel stupid. I'm one of them. And when I feel stupid, I lash out and attack. I attack. I think Carrie Lake does the same thing. And I think she can learn a thing or two about it. Because if she can become aware of it, she can be a real strong person. I work at it every day, and I make my mistakes. Liv, I love you. You're the best. Let's go enjoy our wonderful 3 days off in the gorgeous snow. We got like a half a foot out there. It's a winter wonderland
with no fire since the kids won't keep it up.
It looks like Hunter. It looks like Hunter Biden's bathroom mirror. You look really good tonight. You look like Natalie Portman. I told you you look like a Jew. I told you that a long time ago. You look like...
I don't think I have any Jewish blood in me.
I had a comment. I left it alone.
Yeah, I know. Just like that lightsaber.
Folks, do me a favor. Go stop by the Donut Friendly store at thedumshow.com. Pick yourself up a shirt, a hat. We've got coffee there. We've got the new Ask the Why shirt. Anything else. If there's something that you do like, if there's something that you want on the show that you don't have, you want it in a hoodie or a jacket or a pair of flip-flops or underwear, we can do the Dumb Show underwear. Let us know and we'll make it happen. God bless everybody. We'll see you for recorded shows this weekend. We'll see you on Monday. Olivia, say goodnight to everybody.
Good night, y'all.
See you, everybody. Carrie Lake, if you're listening, we love you.
Go to YouTube, subscribe.
All right. Good night, everybody.
Night, y'all.
See ya.
Is the Don't Unfriend Me Show with your hosts, Matt, Leroy, Amy, Olivia, and Mike. Geopolitics, military analysis, and election coverage. Coming to you live on the Spreely.tv network and all major social media channels at The Dumb Show. Honest, direct, unfiltered. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern. We can agree, we can disagree. Just don't unfriend me.